Hi, you're on the Bible Forum. This is the Christmas season. We're in the middle of December 2019. We're hearing a lot today about environmentalism. There's a young lady in the world who is trying to make that a major point everywhere she goes. She's been selected as Times Person of the Year. And the message is that if we don't do something, the Earth's not going to be here much longer. Well, I would like you to look at the Earth and consider that it is changing. Something is causing the waters just off the west coast to heat up dramatically. This in the face of global warming. Fish are dying off in staggering numbers. Birds that feed on those fish are also dying rapidly. And off the coast of California, scientists have discovered 15,000 holes in the ocean floor. Oh, and they don't know for certain why any of them are there or why any of these other things are happening. The mainstream media isn't emphasizing the crisis, so most Americans don't know what's going on. But the truth is, what we are facing appears to be extremely serious. And it's not global warming. In fact, officials have taken the, quote, unprecedented step of shutting down the federal cod fishery in Alaska for the rest of the year because of the lack of fish. Give them a chance to regroup. And they don't know why they've died off, why they're not there. We're seeing things happen that we've never seen before. And it's definitely going to affect our food supply. So why are the fish dying? Nobody knows for sure. But some officials are blaming the marine heat wave that has been happening in the waters along the west coast. Something called King 5 News tells us a massive warmer than normal pool of water that's formed in the Pacific Ocean off the Washington coast and up into the Gulf of Alaska may already be wreaking havoc with our weather. Scientists are telling us that warm temperatures are, quote, as much as 6 degrees Fahrenheit above normal, end of quote. And if such conditions persist, we could see millions upon millions of fish die. But they're not calling it global warming. At this point, we're being told that this vast expanse of water is roughly 1,000 to 2,000 miles in size, and it's in the eastern Pacific Ocean. Hopefully this blob will go away soon, but that hasn't happened so far, and nobody really knows what's causing it. And all the while, the fish are dying at what are being called absolutely staggering rates. Officials are telling us that there are next to no new eggs, and at current numbers, cod are below the federal threshold that protects them as a food source for endangered Steller sea lions. Once below that line, the total allowable catch goes to 0. In other words, the fishery shuts down. You see, it appears our planet is becoming increasingly unstable, and really weird things are starting to take place. Now, speaking of weird, scientists are telling us that they have found 15,000 holes in the ocean waters off of California. Where does that come from? Who drilled those holes? An underwater survey by the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute discovered all of this, and they still have no idea what it is. They just saw thousands of strange round holes scooped out of the ocean floor. Some measure nearly 600 feet across. There's no evidence they were created from gas or fluid in the sea floor. The microdepressions are recently formed erosional features. They're not what are called incipient pockmarks. Overall, a lot more work needs to be done in order to understand how all these features have formed and to determine whether this is a work in progress. Is it taking us somewhere? Volcanoes are going off like firecrackers all over the world. There was another major volcanic eruption in New Zealand just this past week. And earthquake activity continues to rise to very troubling levels. In fact, it was recently reported there have been almost 60,000 earthquakes of at least a 1.5 magnitude around the world just in the last 12 months. Earthquake tracking website, Earthquake Track, has recorded an astounding 59,841 tremors around the globe in the last 365 days that ended December 9th. In the last 30 days, a total of 4,172 tremors higher than magnitude 1.5 were felt, and 895 hit in the last 7 days. The official story is that everything is just fine, and our planet will start behaving normally again soon. But unofficially, a lot of scientists out there are deeply concerned about what's going on. They're talking about a great shaking that has just begun, and nobody's quite sure when it's going to happen next. Oh, and nobody's reporting on it. Isn't that amazing? What is going on? A natural cycle? If it is, it's thousands of years in rotation because we have no record of anything like this ever happening before. Is it the beginning of the end? Is it the planet gearing up for the catastrophes that the Bible records at the end of the age? Nobody knows. But the interesting part, the scary part, is that nobody's telling us this stuff. Wonder why.